Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome into this conversation on the sacred scripture. And as we see in the previous conversation, we discussed about Sri Rama just ruining this demon whose name was Kabanda, and he kills that demon. And what happens after the fight breaks up and Sri Rama is fighting with him, and now the demon is killed. And after that, what happens? That's been written in the verse, and it says, Tam nihatya mahabahur dadaha swargataschasaha. And after he kills that demon, he cremates the body of that demon. And I said that this demonstrates that these demons, these gods, were no one else but human beings who possessed some human being who possesses demonic activities in his life. Demonic nature in his life is called demon. So in today's era too, the person who suppresses someone, who persecutes someone, who does bad activities in society, in community, can be called demon. So this is the initial works of those demons to persecute people, to penalize people. So the same way these demons did in that era. And when good powers arise, when Godism arises on earth, a fight breaks up between demonic powers and godly powers. And as I said, whenever there is fight between truth and false, whenever there is fight between Godism and demonic powers, ultimately, the win comes in the hands of God, comes in the hand of truth. So that's why it is said numerous times, it's been declared, it's been presented by Vedas that Satyameva Jayati, I mean the one that holds truth, the truth always wins in the end. Although it might be looking sometimes people get intimidated by culprits, by bad activities of people that are surging in this environment. People often get intimidated and they say that there is bad activities happening all over around us, and we don't see any glimmer of hope that who would come to save us. And as I said in many of my discussions, that don't lose hope. Always is the rule of nature, is the law of nature that nothing demonic could ever sustain in this nature. You are a human being and you develop yourself. You raise your power of goodness and you yourself will become that person who suppresses demonic activities, who fights against these demonic activities and ruins them, pulverizes them. So that is the lives of these great people are saying to us. It's not that we only read them, we also follow their lives, and we too develop those good qualities, that we too become able people, that we fight against whatever oddities that we see around us, and we always strive towards raising goodness in our society, in our community, in our country, and if we are really able people around the world. So whatever way you are, wherever you are, you start from the day, just now, just right moment, because always they say, always live in your present moment, and that is the thing that every person should do. So now this demon is being killed and Sri Rama is cremating him, and after he is cremated, his soul arises from his body and it goes to heaven. So he's now seeking heavenly pleasure, that demon. So the striking of God and the love of God both are blessed to human beings. So Sri Rama has killed him, has fought with him, but though that person, the demon, the person who had demonic qualities in him, who was demonic by nature, is now seeking heaven. So many people say that we are children of God, so why God is penalizing us is, look, God is no repressive, okay? So often people say that God pierces us with difficulties, God impales us with obstacles. If we are really the children of God, so why He is hurling so many obstacles in our lives? So the real answer to this question is God always tries to lift us from all parts, from all phases of life. Like, everything is important in life. Love is important for a person's upbringing equally. Some hardships are also equally important to raise a person, the same way as parents do. They love their children, but though sometimes they punish their children for whenever they do something wrong, and we are the children of God. So God has the complete authority to rule over us, to erect us from all sides, through all possible activities, through all possible possibilities. So He erects us, sometimes He strikes us, sometimes and His striking is to a love for us. So it's always the bless of God that falls on us. And the thing that matters is how we take that love. So when we take that bless of God like aromatic flower, then everything is good for us. And when we do so, our life gradually starts changing, and it changes to such an extent that we too start resembling God. And that's what these great people did. Like Sri Rama is in jungle, is in woods, and now see these people's lives are so much in grave oddity. Still, they're always following the path of truth. They're always following the path that has been formed by God for human being. So never get discouraged in your life. Never stray away from the real path of your life. Everything that occurs in your life is always to teach you a lesson, to strengthen you, to give you more power, more strength, and make you more strengthful, powerful. So these great men, these people are exemplifying by their lives that whatever occurs in your life, always regard that activity as a blessing of God, and you will be saved. You will be erased by God. So now, after that demon is killed, he seeks heaven. And this thing I was telling you, that anyone, whoever seeks the shelter of God, always receives heaven. So it's the announcement of God through Vedas, where He says, Yadangada sushe tamagne bhadram karishyasi tavetat satyam angiraha name bhaktaha pranashyati manmana bhavo mad bhaktaha madhyaji mamam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijanihi priyasi me. So these all are the announcements of God. What He tells us that the person who seeks the shelter, who seeks my shelter, can never fail in his life, can never fall down in his life. So the person who is always with God can never fail, can never fall down. So wherever you are, never think yourself that I am too much a downgraded person. I have committed so many crimes in my life. Now I have no authority to make myself closer to God. No, it's not at all the case. Every person has the right to seek the shelter, to seek the abode of God. So you are His child too. So wherever you are, start your journey from the point you are. Because look, everything happens with a start, with a single start. Wherever you are, you might have started some time to get the place, to reach the place wherever it is, whether it is good or bad, wherever you are. Someday you had started that work with a spark. And now, wherever you are is the culmination of that work, of that start. So, a good start is always required for a person's life. So wherever you are, make a start towards goodness. And one day, you'll get the pinnacle of your success, of goodness. All the great people that we see around us did the same thing. There are also simple people, normal people like all of us. But they started a journey, and going through that journey, just penalizing themselves in the journey, never caring for how many people liked them, how many people appreciated them, how many people insulted them, how many people pelted slurs on them. Never caring for anything around you, just have your vision on your destiny, on your destination. And one day you'll really get your destination. That is the way. So never become depressed that I am too much bad person. No one is bad person. Okay? So you are a great soul. Your present moment is innocent. Okay? Whatever you did in your past life, whatever crimes you did, whatever bad activities that you did, that is now past of your life. And the past cannot be revived. So build your present day. Your present day is innocent. The moment you are here, the moment that is right in front of you is an innocent moment. So this is an innocent moment, and you are always new. Look at your body. The body that you got at your birth, it's not at all the body now. The body is gone. Those cells are gone. Those cells are dead. A person, a human being, is always a new person. Every time, every day, every week, every month, we are becoming new persons. All of our cells become new cells, and old cells are always thrown away by this body. So we are always new person. Every day is a new day. Every day is a day of possibility, numerous possibilities. So never think yourself that I am a bad person, I am a fallen down person. No, you are never that person. You are an innocent person. You are a child of God, and you have the right to seek the shelter of God and raise yourself to immense heights in goodness. So every person has a right, and every person has a possibility in him to move towards that path. So this moment, this today's moment, is the right time. So erect yourself and just start moving on the path of goodness, and you'll be saved. So whoever seeks the shelter of God gets his love, gets his shelter, gets his immense bless. That's what God says in Vedas, in Gita, Name Bhaktaha Pranashyati. My disciple, the person who follows me, the person who truly regards me as his father, his mother, his friend, can never be deflated in his life, can never remain unsuccessful on the path of goodness. He'll ultimately, whatever oddities that fall in his life, he'll always cross through them and achieve the destination of his life, and make his life such a life that resembles me, that makes him the person that people say that he is the real Son of God. So every person, every human being has that possibility, has those qualities, has that spark in him. Just you start on the path of goodness. So now, after that demon is dying, and just before his death, before being cremated, as he was dying, he said something to Sri Rama. And what he says, now we are going to understand and read that verse. And he says, Sachasya kathayamasa shabarim dharmacharinim shramanam dharmanipunam abhigacheti raghavaha. So as that demon is dying, is on his deathbed, sort of, he is saying something to Sri Rama. He says, "Oh Sri Rama," look at the way he addresses Sri Rama, like he is giving Sri Rama the importance. He says, "Oh Sri Rama, there is one more person in this forest that you didn't meet yet. And her name is Shabari, and she is a very pious, very sacred woman. She is a disciple. She's a disciple of yours, and you should go and meet her and bless her, because she has awaited you for so many long years, and she's a great disciple of God." So now Sri Rama understands and hears his words, and he'll go to that lady, that sacred woman, and what is she? How is she? What are her qualities? Sage describes her as Dharmacharini, Dharmanipuram. So the one who has got complete control on Dharma, complete control on righteousness. So this is the greatness of a person that brings him closer to God. So there are so many qualities in this nature that resemble something. I mean, if you want to be a doctor, it should possess the qualities that are required to be a doctor. If you want to be a player, it should resemble those qualities that are required to be a player of any sort of specific game. The same way, if you want yourself to make yourself closer to God, there are some qualities that make you closer to God, and those qualities are righteousness. Those qualities are always understanding Dharma, always pushing yourself on the path of Dharma, always pushing yourself on the path of service, selfless service. This is how a person becomes a great person, and God himself starts coming towards him. It never required to move towards God. Always do the work that your soul says, that your soul approves that it is a good work. And you go on doing that and never care for anything, never care for even, I want to make myself, I want to go towards God, I want to make myself closer to God. Don't even think this thing as well. And you go on doing your service, you go on doing your pious work, sacred work, righteous work, and one day God himself will come towards you. God is sort of seeking, God himself is so much eager to find his right disciples, to come closer to his own children. Like parents are always eager to meet their children. So the one who is the parent of all the creatures, of all the children, of all of his children, why should he not be eager? Why would he not be eager to meet his children? God is always eager to meet us. Only we have relegated God. Only we have snapped that rope that connects us with God. And the moment we start building that rope, the moment we start doing those godly jobs, God himself comes to us through the pathway that we have built. So here, Shabari has done the same thing. Through her pious life, through her sacred life, now she has built that passage that Rama would have to go there. Rama must go there because it is the right of that lady, is the right of that pious woman that she has done. If Rama doesn't go there, Rama would create a sin, because it's the right of every disciple, it's the right of every seeker to meet God, and God has duty to meet his true disciples, true children. And Shabari has gained that qualities. Shabari has gained that right that Rama goes to her and gives her his grace, his bless. So now the sage is describing her as Dharmacharini, Dharmanipuram. The person would have to start, as I was saying, that you'd have to start your journey somewhere. Doesn't matter how many times you fall down. Doesn't matter how many times you are unsuccessful. But when you never move away, when you never step away from your resolution, one day inevitably you'll get your success. Because you see around you, get so many physical examples that a horse rider has started someday riding a horse, and he might have fallen so many times when the horse reared up high on his legs. He might have fallen so many times. It is inevitable that when you start a journey, when you start something, you would get unsuccessful. But the person who gets success in the end is the person who never gave up on his tenacity, who never gave up on his perseverance, who never gave up on his hard work. And the spirituality is the hardest work on earth. Some people think that spirituality means sitting alone, doing nothing, doing no job, but no. Spirituality, leading a spiritual life, is the hardest work on the earth, because it requires the tuning. It requires a parallel position of heart, soul, body, mind, and emotions. Physical activities in this world can be done with one quality. Like if you're doing some physical work, it may not be present there by your soul. You may not be present there by your heart. Some people say that present body, absent mind. So many people do such type of works where their body is present but their mind is completely absent. But spiritual work, if you want to be a real spiritual person, all these qualities of heart, qualities of body, qualities of mind, qualities of emotions, qualities of your entire soul, of your entire existence should be aligned in one state. So it's the hardest work of job, and the person who does so gets the greatest thing achievable, and that is the achievement of God. So Shabari is getting that, and as I said, she had started one day, and the same day is yours. Today, this right moment is your day. So start moving on the path of righteousness. Start moving on the path of goodness, and you too will become the person that God Himself comes to you to meet you. So and you'll become the real person that has served the purpose of his life, like these people, like these great people that are illustrated, that are characterized in the scripture, that are described in the scripture. And who is saying this? Who is the person that is giving the information about Shabari to Sri Rama? The demon. And from here we get this thing, that when you are on a right path, when you are doing the duties of your life completely and with righteous way, in a righteous way, then even the people who don't like you, who don't believe in you, who don't like you, they also understand that this person, whatever he is doing, it's a good job. We should understand him. So the same way, the demons are also understanding Sri Rama and giving him whatever they could, whatever information, good information they could in their lives in the last days. So this is how we studied this scripture today, and we understood that whatever we do in our life, righteousness, the truth should always remain on the top of every work that we do. So this way, we would not only be able to transform our own lives, but we'd also transform the many people's life on earth. So this is our duty, this is our right, and this is our honor. Okay? Being a human being, what is the honor of human life? The greatest honor of human life is to seek the path of goodness, the path of righteousness, like these great people did. So, understanding this, we always seek the path of spirituality and help ourselves as well as the many elements, many molecules of humanity as well. Thank you.